All right, guys, welcome back to the channel. So we're looking at Amazon. Everything's selling off right now. So let's try to find some areas where we can actually find support and see if there's something that if we're going to buy Amazon, we actually have a reason to. Because although the RSI on the 6 month right now is a 21, which is normally let's buy, 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 we want to make sure we're not just buying a fallen knife and just getting killed. So from what I see here, this is in March 1st of 2021. The low of this candle was 28.81. So 28.81 was a support level. We have the 200 EMA in green, and we can see that this potentially could be support. So let's see if we can draw here just to make things a little clear here. Here we go. So right here should be our, just putting that line in there so we have it. And now let's go back even further because we don't know where Amazon's going to go. So we're drawing it out. Let's go on the 2-year chart now. We have our support line, which was clear right here, which we can see, which was March 21st. So that is a potential support. So this could be a good spot to maybe start adding some shares, but we need to start thinking if it breaks this level, where else is it going to go? Especially in this current climate that we're in right now where everything's selling off. So I've noticed that there's support here, which we noticed, and there's also support here, which is a very strong sign. So that's very good. Because look at the low of this candle. I'm looking at right here. Looking at this candle right here, it went down to 28.71 and then rebounded. And it took, how long did this take? So this was down here in September 21st. To get up to here, it was not bad, to be honest. A month, less than a month later, it was up over 600 points. So, Amazon, I might buy some shares tomorrow. Start with like a 20% position of what I totally want to invest. Amazon, I want to invest about like $15,000 into. So that's only going to be realistically 5 shares. But I'm going to be holding it for a swing trade back up to like 33, 3,400. And the reason I have 33 to 3,400 is because that's the 200 EMA. So that's one area of support that we can see. Now, looking at this chart, where can we dissect and see, is there another area that there's support? So let's check right here. Let's zoom in over here and see what we can find. So we're zooming in on this part of the chart. We have our support that showed it around here, around the 2,800 mark. The next area of support, we're trying to look for a breakout, something that would show that. Let me see. So looking here, we have here, here. And the way that I'm going to pick out a support level is I'm going to see where did it break out? Where was it consolidating, but where did it finally decide to actually break out and start making higher highs? So you can see that there was clear resistance right here. And when you break a resistance line, that creates a support line. So the right here was a resistance line. So we're going to click it right on this box. So that is a steep fall, but this, your green line is another support line. So if we break 2850, our next support level is going to be in the 2500 range, because you can see that over here, it had a clear resistance around 23 to 2400. And then it tested it here, failed. And then it tested it here, failed. Tested it here, failed. And then it finally broke through. And then it started making newer highs. So Amazon, if you're looking to buy, I'd be very careful. I'm probably going to take a position tomorrow if it dips more to like 2850 or whatever. But I'm only going to do like, if I'm only doing 15 to 20 grand, realistically at 2,800 a share, I can only buy like 7 shares. So I'm only going to start with 1 or 2 shares at 2,800 with the thought of I'm going to double my position, buying 2 shares here and then buying 4 shares in the 2,500 area. And then there I'm up to 6 shares. So it's something to think about if you're going to be trying to swing trade Amazon, because your support levels, if we break this level, the next support level from 2850 to 2500 is now going to be, let me show you the last one that I'm looking at. And this would be in a dream, to be honest, to have it, but you don't want to have shares already if it's going to do it. But this is where it broke out again, where it first started its run, which is in the 19 to 85 range. And the only time it's done that is when COVID hit and it broke 1900. So that's probably wishful thinking getting that, but it's definitely something to think about. So we have this area here looking at the chart on the macro. It makes it a little bit easier just having the 2-year chart up. Let's bring up the 5-year real quick. Just looking at it, and it's interesting when you draw out the lines and then you just look at it on a 5-year chart, you can see the support levels. Because look, boom, right here, and now it's right here. It's testing that, so you're probably going to have buyers coming in here. And then here was a resistance level. So this is now going to be a support level in this area of 24 to 2500. And then look at this, resistance here, resistance here, resistance here, resistance here. It broke it, then it sold back down, and then it broke the resistance here and kept going up. So this is where we're looking at. If you're going to make your first buy on Amazon, just be very careful because we are entering a bearish market and it's trading below the 200 EMA, so you just want to be careful. But that's where I'm going to be looking. And if I do pull the trigger at 2,800, I'm only doing 20%. I'm only doing like 1 share. And if it breaks down to 2,500, I'll double the share. So I'll go from 1 share to 3 shares, right? And then I will add another 6 shares here. So a total of like 9 shares, 10 shares max, up to a $20,000 to $25,000 position for a swing. I don't normally swing trade, but with Amazon I do because it does move 100 points at a time when the market is green. And I'm looking at the RSI less than 21 right now at 2,800, but the market can still keep dipping. So you don't want to just go heavy and put everything in right up here, because what happens if it sells down here? Then you have no powder left to buy. Amazon's a company that, I want to hold for at least a month or two and try to ride up and get some at least 200 to 500 point gain on it. Even if it's 5 shares, I mean, that's still big money for 500 points times 5, that's $2,500 gain. So that's what we'd be looking to make, at least 10% move. So I just want to go over Amazon. That's what I'm looking at. We got the support levels. We got the resistance levels. Right now we're at a major level. And we'll just see where we can go from here.